Hey everybody, this is Randy. Welcome to this segment of E3 Minutes for Life. I'm standing here today in front of the Chicago Fire Academy, kind of an interesting place to go and find. I truly didn't actually set out to find this particular building. I put into Google the address of where they think the Great Chicago Fire started. And this is where it brought me, and I'm sure it's no coincidence that it is now. There's a fire station on the other side, there's a fire academy here, there's a large building on the other side of this red brick building that is burned up, where you can tell they do fire training in there. There's a Survive Alive training building on the other side here. Every street around here has fire trucks parked on it. But it's interesting to look at the Chicago fire. And in October of 1871, over 3 square miles of Chicago burned down. It killed 300 people, left 10,000 homeless. It ended up ultimately damaging about 17,500 buildings. If you put it into today's economy, it was over $4 billion worth of damage that it did. And as you look at the history of it, the most common story that you see about how it started is Ms. O'Leary's milk cow. Apparently Ms. Catherine O'Leary had a house here, had a barn here, and was out that evening milking her cow. And as legend has it, the cow kicked over a kerosene lantern, set the barn on fire, which ended up burning all the surrounding area. And the truth is, they really don't know what started the fire. There really is no factual information to substantiate that story of Catherine O'Leary's milk cow. But what I see is something that happens all the time in the American workplace. I heard a quote one time, wish I could give attribution on this, that in the absence of factual information, people will draw their own conclusions. Or I think you could also say, will write their own story. And there, in American history, as well as in the American workplace, there's a lot of lore. There's a lot of rumor. There's a lot of speculation because people don't have actual facts. And so if you're in a position of leadership, if you're in a position of authority, I would encourage you a couple of things. Number one, communicate openly. We talk a lot about transparency in the American workplace. I don't know that that's really a reality all the time. I don't think we can share everything, but I do think there's things that we can share more openly. I think sometimes we're just so busy that we never talk to our people about why we're doing certain things, why we made certain decisions. So I would just encourage you, communicate openly. Second thing is be very aggressive, I would say, in addressing rumors, in addressing gossip that comes up when it's not true, because that can really set a negative tone, that can really create a problem for you later if you don't address it early. And then finally, I would say just don't be a part of the problem. Don't be one of the ones that's gossiping, don't be one of the ones that's complaining, certainly don't be one of the ones that is creating these rumors and starting them and spreading them, because it's hard to know how much damage they can ultimately do. Appreciate you joining us today. We'll see you next time on E3 Minutes for Life.